esperamos que não. Vamos continuar em oração pelo nosso amado presidente, pela sua saúde, por esse momento tão difícil que ele está vivendo. Mas imagina você ter que avisar 24 horas antes de uma internação. O que, na verdade, eles querem com o Bolsonaro? Bom, a decisão foi tomada após a defesa de Bolsonaro pedir autorização para que seus médicos tenham acesso ao ex-presidente, estando profissionais de saúde que acompanham.
Welcome to Missouri.
Horácio permitiu visitas sem necessidade de aviso prévio, desde que sejam respeitadas medidas cautelares. A medida permite
In a quarter.
comprovação. Necessidade de internação urgente. Ó, internação urgente é uma coisa que é urgente, né? Não tem como a gente.
Take exit 2A.
Então, dessa maneira, ele não pode se internar. Tem que esperar 24 horas. Olha um absurdo, gente. Aspas, salienta que havendo necessidade de internação.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
Por determinação médica, o juízo deverá ser tomado em até 24 horas de sua efetivação. Com a devida comprovação de da decisão do ministro, ainda há condições para a visita dos médicos e proibido de celulares, gravações ou qualquer acesso às redes sociais. A restrição também se estende aos visitantes. Caso as regras sejam desrespeitadas, medidas judiciais poderão ser adotadas, as informações são de terra. É muita crueldade. E agora, olhem essa notícia. Estados Unidos dobram recompensa por informações que levam Nicolás Maduro à prisão. O valor é mais de 270 milhões. É o maior já oferecido pelo governo norte-americano. O governo dos Estados Unidos aumentou de 25 milhões de dólares para 50 milhões de dólares, mais de 270 milhões de reais. A recompensa oferecida por informações que levam à prisão do ditador da Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro. O comunicado foi feito nesta quinta-feira, dia 7. O valor recorde na história do país representa uma resposta direta das autoridades norte-americanas a um governo que considera ilegítimo. A Organização dos Estados Americanos, a OEA, e outras entidades independentes reconhecem fraude nas eleições realizadas há um ano na Venezuela, quando o regime proclamou Maduro.
In 1,000 feet.
Use the left lane to take exit 2A toward I-70 East in St. Louis.
This is our channel. Please like, subscribe. Let's grow our channel. This
Use the left lane to take exit.
live. And I'm sorry about the camera, guys. It's the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Somebody
Continue for 1.5 miles.
Hero 13 Black. I'm waiting for the GoPro Max 2. Most likely, this camera probably is going to be released either at the end of August or September. That's what I think. Welcome aboard. Please like, subscribe.
In a quarter mile, merge
Onto I-70 East.
Continue on I-70
east for 5 miles.
Também quero continuar pedindo a oração de cada um de vocês. Gente, que eu é de Deus, eu sei, se a gente olhar o nome de Deus, a gente merece o nosso se o meu povo me chama pelo meu nome, se humilhar, orar, buscar a minha face, eu ouvirei do Senhor e sararei a sua terra. Então, João 8:30, você pensa tão nós não podemos admitir que nossos filhos, nossos netos, essa geração que vai vir, venha sendo uma geração que não pode opinar, que não pode ver o que está acontecendo no Brasil, ver prorrogação de desempregadamente, ver os absurdos que está acontecendo no judiciário, não falar nada, porque eles estão simplesmente censurados. E é nós, como brasileiros, temos que salvar essa geração que venha sendo, e é através da oração. Se sim, Deus pode fazer a diferença, trazer de novo o nosso presidente na cadeira de presidente. Considero que Deus no seu coração. Bolsonaro já disse que metade da Câmara, metade dos senadores são caídos ao começar pela cadeira de também.
How's your day, everybody? How everybody doing? Are you guys planning on some barbecue this weekend or what? Some trip with the family? Some barbecue at the house? Some barbecue at a park? Some barbecue at the beach? Talk to me. What's your plans? Are you guys in the West? Are you guys out of the West? If you're in the West, which state? What do you guys do for a living? Are you happy with what you do? I gotta tell you, I'm not. I don't like trucking. I'm trying to get out, and I'll be out soon. Help me God. This load, I'm going from Springfield, Colorado to North Carolina, guys. Delivering Monday morning.
In 2 miles, use the
Second from the right lane to take
I hope you all having a good day. I hope you all your families are okay, everybody. I hope you all have a great, awesome, beautiful weekend. I hope you all are having a wonderful day at work or at home or whatever you at. I hope everything is fine. I hope all your family members are okay, your friends. Wish everyone the best. Pretty soon we will have better videos once I Once that GoPro Max 2 comes out, I'm gonna get 2 of them. And videos are not gonna be like shaking, vibrating the way it is. And the view, it's wider. The image, everything is better. Especially if the GoPro comes out with the 1-inch sensor. Oh, that'll be awesome. It might be 8K at 30 or 60 frames per second. So videos, I intend to put a GoPro somewhere in the trailer or the truck, and it'll be a 360 camera, so you'll be able to see from the top of the truck. You'll be able to see the whole truck, the whole traffic, incoming traffic, the traffic behind the truck, sideways, blah blah blah, and obviously towns, small towns, major cities, whatever. It's gonna be awesome. I like do trucking obviously because I intend to get out of truck as soon as possible. But I think I might be in trucking for another month or 2. As long as everything goes okay, I might be able to get out in another, I won't say a month, but another couple months. Been living in trucks for the last 12 years. I started with FedEx Custom Critical for 5.5 years. Then I went to Landstar for another year plus. Then I bought my first 18-wheeler and reefer, and from a small company. The owner was leaving the road. He was working as a driver for his company, and I found him on Craigslist looking for a company to work with, and he offered me his truck, saying he was going to leave the road, and that if I wanted, I would purchase his truck, and I would work as an owner operator, and he would deduct every week part of whatever we agreed on to pay for the truck. And I told him, I says, I want to pay for the truck ASAP, so I'll just take enough money to eat and whatever, and the rest I'll use towards payment on the truck and trailer. And that's what I did, and that's how it was back in beginning of 2019 when I purchased my first 18-wheeler. 2012 I purchased my first straight truck with a sleeper. Not 12, yeah, 12, 2012 or 13, 2013, at the beginning of 2013, I purchased my first straight truck with a sleeper, with the custom, and to do whole Canada and the US. And I done that with FedEx for 5.5 years, 6 years. Then I went to Landstar with the same straight truck. And at Landstar, looking at the load boards and seeing how much these loads, the Landstar loads were paying, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, man. 20, 30, 40, 50, 80K. And seeing those loads on the load board, I says, man, I gotta sell this straight truck and hop in an 18-wheeler and start making that money. But Landstar, they don't allow you to jump from a Class B to a Class A and start driving 18-wheeler without 1 year experience on the 18-wheeler. So that's when I decided to sell my straight truck and That's when I found this guy from Chicago. Actually, he's from Bulgaria. Most of these Bulgarians, European guys, trucking companies, they out of Chicago areas. So I met this guy, and this guy was one of the one of the nicest guy from Europe, because there are a lot of crooks from Europe around Chicago. You work for them, they don't pay you. They pay you while you're working with them. Once you tell them, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks notice, then when you drop their equipment, they hold your money. They don't pay you. 2 weeks plus escrow. It's a lot of money. I have 3 or 4 companies that owes me money. About 3 from Chicago area and 1 from Atlanta. And the guy from Atlanta is also European. But that doesn't mean that every European is bad people. No. Some of them are decent. Some of them has some dignity, you know. The majority, 99.9% of them, it's all crooks. And so that's when I spoke to Landstar, and then Landstar, you need to get out. If you want to drive a semi, jump from a straight truck to a semi with us, you need to leave us, gain that 1 year experience with the semi truck, then come back if you want with us. And that's what I did. But I didn't stay 1 year out. Since I found that good deal, because it was a great deal, that guy that I found on Craigslist, I was looking for a regular job, like working under per mile thing, and then I met that guy that offered me to buy his truck, and his truck was the nicest truck. For me, it's the nicest truck in the market until this 860. It was the Volvo, the VNL Volvo 780. At that moment, 2019, there was not a better truck than that. 2018 and 2019. And then right at the same year, they came with the Volvo VNL 860, replacing the 780. They don't make the 780s anymore. That's when they stop with the 780s and they start the 860s. Some people think the 860 is better than the 780. I don't know. It might be, I don't know. Because the 780 had a lot of space. When I talk space, it's like the cabinets, where do you put your groceries or whatever. They are so spacious and so nice. And the comfortability of the truck too. There is nothing more comfortable than a Volvo truck. In my opinion, nothing compares. 780s and 860s, best trucks for me. Best trucks ever. Now came worth this is 2025 Waterrush. I'm sorry. Nothing. I don't like anything about this truck. Nothing. The storage is where you put the stuff away, groceries or whatever. It's like so freaking small. The refrigerator. I usually say this truck was made for kids to play, not for professional drivers. Some people say they like it. I don't know why they say they like this. Maybe they never drove a Volvo. Maybe they never drove a 860 or a 780. Once you drive one of those trucks, you don't want to go back to anything else. I don't care. I want a truck feeling, like, you know what I mean? The real truck, like a pit build, whatever. And then you're leaving something that's so small, uncomfortable. Not for me. Not for me. So since I met that guy online, and he said, well, I'm going back from California to Chicago, and he was driving. He was the driver on that 780. And he says, because I called him because he had an ad looking for a driver. He was going to put a driver to drive his truck because he was leaving the road. Then he said, well, I'm going back from California to Chicago, and why don't you buy my truck? I'm selling my truck. I says, which truck? And then he told me about the truck. He says, it's 2016, and remember, that was either 2018 or 2019, either the end of 2018 or the beginning of 2019 when he offered me that truck. I think it was the beginning of 2019, I'm not sure. And he says, I'm this far back to Chicago, from Chicago, and this is my last trip. And that's why he was looking for a driver, but he was looking for a company driver. But then when we spoke, I guess because of my experience in blah blah blah, FedEx, Landstar, doubles and triples, hazmat, tank endorsement. That's why people die on the road. You see the stupidity? There's nobody behind me. Why did she have to come in front of a truck and hit the brakes in order to get out? Why couldn't she stay behind me and go to the right lane from there instead of cutting the truck off? But anyways, so he said, yeah. And then I asked him how much he wanted for the truck. And he said, this much. And he said, but the truck is like brand new. I'm the only driver. I have 3 trucks and I'm selling this one. I said, okay. And he said, how much you wanted for the truck? I said, I'll give you this much. I lowered $4,000 on the price that he asked. He asked 50. I don't have a problem saying. He asked 54,000. I offered 50. And he said, and I said, but I can't pay you cash for the truck. And he said, no, you could give me this much, and you pay the rest per week. You work as an owner operator. I'll take 12% of the gross, and obviously all the expenses normal as if I owned the truck. And I did, because I purchased the truck. So, and he asked me for a certain amount. I don't remember anymore. I think he asked me for, I don't know if he asked 10,000. Yeah, he asked 10,000. And I offered him, I said, I want to pay for this truck ASAP, so I'll give you 15 or 20. And then rest per week. I was working as an owner for my own truck, and so obviously I only got to know him after I started working with him. But he was very honest. He always paid me on time. He never played any games. He was very upfront, just the way I am. His name is Luke. If you ever watch this video, look, the time that we worked together, and we always treated each other as brothers. I thank you so much for the opportunity and everything you've done for me. And so I worked with them, I think, for about 3 years. I didn't gain one experience and I went back to Landstar. No, I worked for them for about 3 years, and not because I was paying for the truck. No, I finished paying for the truck within months. I think 6 months or 7, the truck was already full. It was full. It was paid in full already. So it was not because I was still paying for the truck and I stayed 3 months, 3 years. No, I stayed 3 years because he was a very nice guy and I was making money. I was making good money. So, and then after that, there was which I regretted actually, because after 3 years, I told him, I says, I'm gonna try Lone Star, see what happens there, bro. Friendly, like no issues, no arguments, nothing. I already had paid him for the truck in the first year. Now that was my 3rd year with him. So he says, yeah, man, do what's best for you. If you get there and things are not the same anymore, if you want to come back, we got open arms for you anytime. So I went back to Lone Star. My first week with Lone Star, I said, this is not even close to what was before. The loads were not the same, nothing. And the first week, I'm only getting these loads paying less than $1 per mile, or $1.05, $1.20, with a semi truck reefer. I says, what? I says, no, Lone Star, no. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, what? Because Lone Star, what it is, everybody that knows Lone Star, it's like you got to build a relationship with brokers, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I don't have time for that. So I'm going to stay here getting $1 plus per mile while I gain some relationship with brokers. I says, look, I'm going back. I'm not going to stay here, man. I didn't even get paid for the couple loads that I did in the first week with Lone Star. I just told Lone Star, I'm not going to stay here. Goodbye, ciao. And I went back to look. Yeah. And then after that, sometime after that, I don't remember if I was still with them when I had my first stroke. I had 2 strokes within 1 year. I had 2 strokes. I almost died. I went through a lot with companies not paying, with a lot of issues, a lot of stress. I was sitting one day at a rest area in the middle of nowhere. I think I was heading towards Los Angeles. And I was at a rest area in the middle of nowhere. I stopped to take 10 minutes break. Not a half hour, 10 minutes break. Because I'm always concerned with pickups and deliveries. I'm always putting pressure on myself. My brain is always feeling the pressure. And I stopped for 10 minutes, and this rest area in particular, I don't know which highway it was anymore, but 100 miles back, 100 miles ahead of me, no one, no nothing, no business, nothing, in the middle of nowhere. And I'm at a steering wheel at the rest area, checking my Facebook, and next thing I know, I felt my face going numb. I'd made water, or it's a snow that melt and got your home full of water, or a flood from rain or whatever. So any time of the day is an emergency, but if it's at night, it's even more serious emergency, and it's even more money. It's even more expensive. If I'm charging $1,000 during the day to go and dry a flood, at night you call me 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, that $2,000 is going to be 15, maybe 2,000. And it's not just me, that's the market, that's how it is. So it's a pretty good job. And what you need, blowers, obviously special blowers, and I'm familiar with all of them. I used to do carpet cleaning in Florida as well for years. So I have plenty experience with that as well. So there are a lot of skills that today, if I made the right decisions, today I'd have been in helicopters back and forth. And I'm not exaggerating. I'd have been a millionaire today. So the wrong decisions made me waste. The trucking thing for me is a waste of time. The trucking thing for me, 12 years out of my life inside of a metal box. And I'm not the regular trucker that goes home every 3 or 4 weeks to his family. Because since I started doing trucking, before trucking, I was basically married 5 times in the U.S. I had houses, apartments. I lived in many different places. I had many cars and trucks, the straight trucks when I box truck when I did construction. F-250s, nice trucks, convertibles, nice cars, Mercedes, Cadillac, Camaro, Honda, Nissan. I had them all. And God knows, many beautiful, gorgeous women. And ever since I started doing trucking, I've been living like a rat inside of a truck. After that, I decided when I started doing trucking, I said, well, I don't have a family anymore. I don't have anybody here. So I just live inside of a truck. So I never really go home because I don't have a home while I'm doing trucking. So now I'm thinking of, as I said, I really wanted to put a down payment and just buy a new house. But I'm so desperate to get out of trucking that I rather to rent a place for now, organize my life, put things in place, buy the equipment. I'm thinking of getting a straight truck, dump truck with the lift gate, so I can do junk removal, like people that accumulate things and one day they decided to throw away, or they move and they want to throw whatever away. That's the kind of work, because I think in between everything I said that I want to do, the junk removal is the easiest one for me to find customers. Because anybody that has a pile of garbage that they want to throw away, they will be so happy when the truck shows up at their front door to remove, right? They want that junk out of the way. So for me, even though there is a lot of competition on that, between junk removal, water mitigation, parking lot line striping, you know what's the other one I want to do? Pressure washing. Between all these, junk removal is the one that I'll be able to. There's also a lot of customers wanting to throw garbage away. So my intentions are to get a straight truck with like a dump truck, a Isuzu. I don't want anything else. I want a Isuzu, because of the Isuzu the radius, the turning radius on that truck, it's awesome. It's better than a car. And to be doing pressure washing, junk removal, this kind of work, always going to be, most of the time it's going to be residential, it's going to be tight areas, major cities, blah blah blah. So the Isuzu will be the best truck for me. And I want that with the dump body, so that way I'll be able to do not only put a pressure washer machine up there, and at the same time I'll be able to do junk removal. I really wanted a pressure washer system where it's hooked up to the truck with a big gallon for water, blah blah blah. But since I want to use the truck for multiple different type of work, I'm not going to be able to do it like that in the beginning. I think I'm going to buy a portable pressure washer machine and do as much as I can pressure washing with that. A machine that and this dump truck that I want to get with a lift gate, so that way not only when I'm throwing garbage away, if it's a big ridge or if it's a sofa, whatever, I'll be able to use the lift gate to bring that up, right? And at the same time, a dump, because whenever I get to the place to dump the garbage, I don't need to be piece by piece out of the bed of the truck. So that's why I want a dump truck with a lift gate, and that way I'll be able to use the truck for junk removal, for pressure washing. What else can I use for? Depending how long the truck is, I might be able to use even for the water mitigation. Because of water mitigation, you need the humidifier, you need blowers, and that's all things that you can put on the top of the truck on the bed, on your dump truck, and haul it like that. But the water mitigation, the best equipment to use, the best vehicle to use is a cargo van. The large, my preference, even though mechanic issues, I know, but the Mercedes, that is nothing like the Mercedes Sprinter 3500 high roof extended. That's the best vehicle to use for water damage, for water mitigation, and for parking lot line striping. That's the best vehicle to use. Now for the line striping and water mitigation, the cargo van, and for pressure washing and junk removal, obviously the dump truck. But since in the beginning, I'm not gonna start with two different. Well, maybe I will. Because I have right now, I have a cargo van. I have the Ford Transit 350 HD. It's at a storage in Chicago. But I tell you, oh man, what a piece of junk is that Ford, man. I don't like it. It's got no room. No, it's everything. It's breaks so easy. You're not able to put it weight either. Come on. So maybe I'll just, if I'm able to dump truck, finance the dump truck without selling the Ford, maybe I'll use the Ford, because it's the Ford Transit 350 HD with the box instead of the regular cargo van. So it's like a cubic van or a small box truck, very tiny box truck. But when I say very tiny, the box, it's, even though it shows, when you're looking on the outside, it's small, but it's got a lot of room for a lot of stuff. Like I want to do water mitigation. That's great to keep the equipment. It's great to keep the. Let's stop here. It's to keep the equipment for the water mitigation. It's great to keep the equipment for the parking lot striping. The only thing it's not good for is for the junk removal. Even the junk removal. Oh man, look at this. Why they don't fix things like this, man? Even the junk removal, the Ford is okay to start with. Something to start. But anyways, those are the things I want to do. That's why I want to get out of the truck in ASAP. Man, Mosquitoes gets into the truck when you open the window, open the doors, whatever, right? Man, there are some mosquitoes over here that I think they've been living here for 3 weeks, and I keep kicking them out, trying to kick them out, and they never come out. They never get out of the truck. You open the windows, the minute they feel the air, they sit somewhere and they don't move. And then you close the windows and you have no more air, then they show up again. I've been fighting these mosquitoes with a towel, trying to kick them out, and it's so hard to take these mosquitoes out of me. Cooking some ribs, and that's why I stopped so I can fix them. It's a refrigerator. It's man, this is terrible. I usually get $200-300 of groceries per week, and this refrigerator, when I get my stuff, majority of the things that I pick in the supermarket does not fit the refrigerator. It's all the things that needs to be in a refrigerator. What a piece of shit. This say that I love something just to make somebody happy. Not necessarily, not this Brazilian guy. I don't like something, I don't like something. I'm not going to say I like it just to please someone. Hell no. But since I want to leave this ASAP, I'm putting up with putting up with all kind of BS. Sometimes you need to pretend that you're a moron. Sometimes you need to pretend that you're ignorant. To live among ignorant people. I thought the mosquito came off, and it didn't. He's there flying everywhere. And I hate mosquitoes, man. I hate mosquitoes. I don't like them because they're very dirty, man. They sit everywhere. Restrooms, toilets, garbage outside, everywhere. They all over the place. They're very ugly species. So I don't like mosquitoes. See, he's here, man. I hate mosquito, and I'm dealing with meat. Get out, mosquito. And you open the door, he flies away from the door. You think these things are not smart? You open the window when you're driving, they sit somewhere so they don't fly away. They fly near the door, you're stuck, like now. And you open the door for them to get out, they move away from the door and come inside it. And one thing I noticed, they like the AC. So you open the window and it's hot out there, they'll go outside, they will stay in the AC. Alright guys, this video is becoming too long. Wow, 72 minutes. Whoa.